All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back. I got Alec here, who got their top 32 regional at the Pittsboro Regional. And what were you playing, bud?
Yeah, I played pure Synchro White Forest, and it's not even just pure Synchro; it's also just light and dark Synchro only.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, it was a Lair Queen Bestial White Forest mix.
Mm-hmm.
60 cards.
60. Damn.
Yeah, 60 cards.
All right.
And it all centers around my favorite card being Chaos Witch. This card's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It basically has two effects. One, special summons 2 dark tokens that are non-tuners to the board if you tribute it from the board, or if it's banished from hand or graveyard. Special summons 2 level 2 tuners that are light. But the thing is that this locks you into light and dark synchros from the extra deck, and that's even before you activate the effect, so it has to be... So we built the whole deck kind of as a deck challenge for this card.
Mm-hmm.
And no, actually, I love this card. You can do a lot with it. But yeah, essentially centered around.
Yeah. Before we go further in, I got a quick question for you. Do you have any shout-outs before we go and get started?
Yeah, shout-outs to the House of Cards Yu-Gi-Oh team.
All the
Everyone
folks
was
over
super
here.
Supportive. They were all there and supported me as I played through. Matt was not super supportive. Everyone was super supportive. And they all stuck around as I kept doing really well throughout the regional. Even though they kind of all should have gone home, they stuck around for me, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, nice. All right, let's go ahead and get in. So we've got the what was that, Chaos Switch, and then what else we got?
So I was playing 3 of this, but you can e-tele it now out thanks to the Alert Queen cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched it to 2, but honestly, as a normal summon, that card was insane. And then, as far as my bestial package first, we did 3 Rebellion, 3 Sarnier, 2 Baldrake, 1 Magnamute, and 1 Druisworm.
Yeah.
I mean, for the matchups that these were good in, this ratio did really well.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, for the regional, I played 3 fire decks and 1 water deck. Even though we're in a Fiendsmith, Malice, Mitsurugi format, Ryziel format, so. It was, I had to side these out most of the time, but for the matchups that I did have them, they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Sarnier essentially is going to always get you the Lubellion play if you have the Whitewood access too. Because Sarnier, level 4 tuner, go into Disbatter. Sarnier sends Lubellion tributes Disbatter, and then you get your engine online.
Okay.
And Baldrake was also crazy this weekend. I always saw it with Nib, so it just really put in extra work.
Did you play any spells and traps, the Bestial spell traps?
I played 1 Regain. That should be right here. Yes.
Yeah.
I played 1 Regain. I did not play Beast. I was playing Beast. It's just I wanted more consistency, so I cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's the branded package.
Yes.
And then my favorite part of the deck right now, the Alert Queen package with 3 Alert Palace.
Yeah, thrice per turn, by the way.
Thrice per turn, 3 times. I did have 2 opponents ash this, and I went, okay, activate effect again.
Yeah.
And no, they were like, what? You can do it as many times as you want. And I was like, 3 times per turn.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
3 Alert Dance, 3 Chaos Alert Queen. This card's crazy.
Yes.
And then you have to play 2 of this, just for 1, the double E-Tele play.
Yeah.
And 2, it just comes up.
Yeah.
It always comes up.
No 5, no 7?
No 5, no 7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 7, 3, dark, light, always going to get you Chaos Angel into this, and that protects your board. This card, if I see this card in my opening hand, I am probably more than likely going to win that game. Whether it's going second, going first. This card sets up, like, anything you want for the whole deck. It could get you into, like, 2 cards from the White Forest package. It could set you up with Chaos Angel and then let you go full combo. It's crazy. It's insane. And then, like, it'll always give you all these bodies on board. And then, so 11 for the alert package.
Yes.
As far as the White Forest cards go, we had 3 Elzette, 2 Esteller, 2 Sylvie, 1 Rushia, and then 1 Elzette, 1 Azamina Elzette. This was fun. This was good. Obviously, you play 3 of this. A lot of people are going back to playing 3 of this just because it is a starter for your deck. But with the Alert Queen package, you can e-tele this out by the Alert Queen Palace's effect. So Denver, I liked seeing it whenever I drew it, but I really didn't say that I missed it too much. And then, 2 Sylvie, not your best starter for the deck, but I mean, it'll get you going if it's your only thing. Rushi is a great extender. LZs. I don't play a simple spoils target search for this.
Really?
I really wish I did. Or maybe there were some times when I really needed to get a spell off of this or a trap off of this, but it never really came up, and I wanted maximum consistency. And then we also have our honorary mention.
Oh my God, yeah, Broomy.
Yeah, we have Broomy here.
So why don't you go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and read Broomy for y'all.
Yeah.
Just so we can go ahead and fully understand. This card reads, cannot be used as a synchro material except for a synchro of a level 8 or lower. Reveal this card on one monster, special summon one of the two, and if you do, banish the other. And you're locked from the extra except for synchros. You can only declare an attack with synchro monsters. So this is reveal this and another, banish one, special the other, and you're locked into synchros.
Yeah.
And if it's used for a synchro material, it's only for a level 8 or lower.
Yes, correct. And a lot of the times you're literally just searching this to special summon out because it special summons any card from your hand.
Yeah.
Any card. It targets it reveals itself and one other card in your hand, and then you get to choose whether you special summon this or special summon that card.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, if my bestial just got negated, or it was the bestial after, or I went chain 1 my bestial, they went chain 2 their bestial, and I couldn't get out of my hand. I would just, if I had this, I would brew me, special summon the bestial out of my hand, and then this would get banished. Then go into Dispatter, then summon this back after it'd be banished. So it was a really good play extender. And then also, having this summoned off of, you can also summon this off of a Stellar, it being a light spellcaster tuner.
Yes.
So it's good. It's a good card. And you search it off for Celia too.
Yeah.
It comes up every now and then.
Great for heavy engine decks, I'd say.
Yeah,
for
for
willing
sure.
to play that. Just
For sure.
play
And
through those.
you are synchro locked. So, but obviously we've played a pure synchro variant, so it didn't really come up at all.
Okay.
But yeah, no. If you have the time or space, or you just want to go hard into your White Forest engine, then yeah, no, I recommend it.
Okay. All right.
Then as far as honorary mentions for the White Forest cards as well, I did do a 3-3-1 ratio here for the toy engine.
Yes.
Every time I saw these cards, I either had Droplet, I either had a Zet, either way, this weekend, a lot of times I went Toy Box, set 2 from deck, and then immediately, because we main deck Droplet, we just send the toys, and then negate 2 things on board, and then we'd proc both of these, and then these could be starters for us, searching Sylvie or searching Rushia if you already had your White Forest cards. Crazy. No, insane. And then there's also an inherent combo that I came up with that protects you from Nib if you have any one of the Stellar start or any one of the White Forest starters. It was these cards are crazy. I don't know why people are going 3-1-1. You always want to see this. Even seeing Toy Soldiers, even good. A lot of people just want the search off of this, but honestly, getting into this is still going to give you so much gas. And then we do have our combo pieces. So we played 1 Catty Corn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know about these.
Yeah, and 1 Plague Spreader.
Okay.
Both of these are sent off of synchros from the extra deck, and Catty Corn.
This is the Disablaster target?
This is the what's his name? This is the what is his name? Oh my God, he's the level 8 Mantis.
Yeah,
It's the Mantis target.
Diablantis, the menacing Mantis target.
Yes,
Send this effect state. All right, we all know Plague. Everyone knows Plague.
Everyone knows what Plague does.
Send it back. Send a card back in the hand. Special it out.
Yeah.
Banish from leaves. This one is special summoned while you control. Special summon while you control no card in your field spell.
Yeah.
No card in your field zone. Add a field spell from deck to hand. If it's destroyed by battle card effects and sent to grave, target a field spell in your grave, add 1 card the same name from deck to hand. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a part of the inherent combo. If you open up the Toy Box engine and any one of your White Forest starters, you get to this, and then it automatically will either get you Chicken Game, or we'll get you the Alert Queen field spell, which will then give you more extension.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a crazy card. Sometimes you'll also use Diabolantis to turn this into a tuner, and then go into plays from there. But overall, no, this guarantees that the combo will always guarantee that you get access to the Alert Palace. So it's either one, you start with the White Forest cards and get into the Alert Palace, or you start with the Alert Palace cards and get into the White Forest cards.
Okay.
And then this is just good as extension. This gets you into Herald real easy for your going first boards. And then obviously having a Synchro tuner, it has a lot of synergy with the deck. And this will become a level 4, so it opens up going into say you want to go into a Toy Soldier plus this into Diabels. 4 + 4, that'll be 8, and then you can still get your spell or trap ad from the graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Sounds solid. That's all the monsters?
That is all the monsters, or that's all the engine piece monsters.
Engine piece monsters. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then of course we have Yeah, you have the White Force spells, of course. I played 1 Tails and 1 Scourge.
Yep.
Scourge is a crazy card. I have no idea why nobody is playing this card. This is literally just your drill beam for the deck. Searchable, and also you discard it off of a White Force or monster effect. You just get it back. You get it back. It negates a quick effect. Tribute any synchro monster. Negate 1 face-up card on the field. Like, and let me tell you, there was a lot of times where I would have Chaos Angel light and dark on the board, and they would just have 1 out being imperm, maybe going second, they'd have Dark Ruler no more, and I would just like have this, negate it, they'd have no other out to light and dark Chaos Angel, and so then, you know, they would just scoop up the game. Because they really couldn't, they didn't want to go into a draw game, they know I had all my resources, they know every single one of my synchro monsters was a towers. So I just really don't understand. Plus, you get this back every turn off of Diabells. Like it's crazy. I don't know why people are not playing this card, but it's insane. Then honorary mentions being Terraforming Chicken Game. I consider this to be a White Forest card. Obviously, if you're playing the White Forest engine, playing this just pluses you 3 or 4. And then, you know, if you're really wanting to get into your side deck cards, you hard commit to this. Like, you know, if you have those really big blowout cards, because I mean, and plus also if you terraform into this, you could even go draw off of this, send this off of Rushia, get another draw, then search, then add back terraforming from grave, and then go into your lure package that way. But it was no, it was good. It was this. I would not cut this for the world.
Okay.
As far as consistency goes, I also played 2 Small World.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really use this as a starter. I cut it down to 2 because I kept seeing hands where I would draw 2 of it and then it would be dead because obviously, you know, you need another monster to banish for Small World to really get your engine going.
Yes.
So I cut it down to 2, but every time I saw this card, it was off of drawing it off of like Chicken Game or like any of my other draw engine. And so a lot of what I did with this card was just searched out Droll. I would say like out of in fact, I would say the only engine time, I only used this once to search out toys. And then the rest were me seeing this card super late into my combo and then just searching out Droll.
Yeah, getting anything linking into any spellcaster's Droll.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah, it's super easy. Any spellcaster gets you to Droll.
Okay.
And plus also, you know, like you can even like do Banish Lubellion, show a light spellcaster, and then spellcaster into Droll. Like there's infinite ways.
Yeah.
So it's just really easy to get into it.
Okay.
As far as non-engine pieces go, we played 3 Fua.
Okay.
Card's insane. Like
Yep.
everyone's main decking this. There's no explanation there. We played only 1 Droll.
Really?
And 1 Imperm.
Yes.
Just because last minute I did decide to play the crossout package.
Oh, okay.
And like, you know, obviously, you know, this made siding a lot easier, gave me a lot more space. And you know what? I did see the 1 Droll every now and then, which is crazy in a 60 card deck, but
yes.
yeah. And then these were just I played 1 Imperm specifically because this was a lot of people's only out to Chaos Angel, Light and Dark. And so, you know, if I did have cross out, then I crossed out their infinite impermanence. And then if they had multiple copies, then they really just they had no other out for the rest of the turn to get out of my Chaos Angel. So in theory, it was really good. In testing, it was really good. Actual play, I never saw cross out once this week. I saw these targets so much more, crazily enough. Imperm, honestly, I'll probably, as much work as this card put in, I'll probably bump it up.
Yeah, and then about Droll, any chance you might ump that up? Because it's getting really strong in the format currently.
I side it. And I just, you know, I wasn't too comfortable playing 3 just because Fiendsmith will just they'll automatically just pivot into Fiendsmith combo.
Yeah.
And although that's really good if I draw Bestials, you know, it's like if they had the Fiendsmith engine, then, you know, I didn't really want to deal with the Caesar. So I'd rather do something else. But I mean, I do side it. I would probably maybe even bump this up. But for right now, the deck's kind of tight.
Okay.
Yep. And then as far as the packages go, I also played 3 Droplet.
Yes.
If you are going to play the Toy Box engine, you have to play this as a pairing to it. Like literally, if you go Toy Box, set your 2 traps, or set your 2 monsters, you will literally always plus off this card by removing 2 interruptions from your opponent's board and then also starting off your whole turn with a +2. Like it's insane. This pairing should always be a thing. And then of course I played the Golden Package. Being the Crossout, the Called By, and the Talents.
Yes.
This is the Golden Trio right now. Honestly, this is a trash card. Everyone cut this. It's garbage.
Okay.
Garbage. Don't play it.
Okay.
It's really like
Yeah.
in theory, what my plays were was that if I were to like say draw into this later, I have extra deck plays to add back or special summon anything that this is banished.
Yeah.
So in theory, I'd plus off of it even more through my card, my beast in the extra deck or anything like that. But or get a bestial back, or if you had regain, you could literally just use this as a +1, banish any card, regain, shuffle it back, draw one. But in theory, it's like at that point just play Gold Sarcophagus. Like it's like I would have preferred Gold Sarcophagus over this.
With the little amount of non-engine, seeing the cross-out target is very interesting, and having those with that.
And also, it's also because like I also played this specifically because I run every bestial.
Yeah.
And the bestials are technically non-engine as well. And so like if I wanted to continue my plays and bestial my own things, and they would try to like chain their own bestial of like a different type, then my bestial would resolve. And theirs wouldn't. So I mean, it paired out that well. It paired out well there too.
Okay.
And then if they did negate a bestial with cross out, then I would just add it back any bestial that I banished.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, this was solid. This was good.
Yeah.
I'm playing. I'd say between this and the bestials, I played like what was it? 17 non-engine in a 60 card deck, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's the main.
All right. Do you want to do extra or side next?
We'll do extra.
Okay, sweet.
So one thing that Chaos Witch really guarantees
Yes.
is that you will always be, if you set it up, that your turn 3 is always going to be crazy.
Yes.
So we'll start with my favorite cards. Honorary tokens. 7.
Oh, yeah.
Honorary tokens for Chaos Witch.
Those go hard. Wait, I had no idea those existed.
Yeah, no, they don't. I had them custom made.
Oh, okay. That is. Yeah. That one I know that one's another like synchro that's in the deck.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, these are actually what they were supposed to be on Master Duel, but they actually never ended up using the art, so I used them. But starting with my favorite cards, obviously, we play 2 Chaos Angel.
Okay. Yeah.
People if they do out the first one, they never have the out for the second one. They just don't. They really don't. And
how many times did you end on 2 of these?
it's not really end. So I would always make this first and then protect my plays because then I would be hand trapped proof except from the Dominuses and then also Imperm. That would be the only thing that could interrupt my plays. So what you do is you make Chaos Angel first, and then anytime you make into your Synchros, your opponent can't respond to it whatsoever because they can't be negated. It protects all Synchro monsters from activated monster effects. So you can't be hand trapped whatsoever. So you'd make this first. I mean, more optimally, it's better to make Gen X Return 0 first, just because it negates and destroys and lowers their hand count. But but like there's a lot of times where you'll just make this first and then go into your full White Force plays, and then you'll from there just like pop off and they can't do anything about it. As far as the other 10s go, we played 1 Disbatter and 1 Gen X Return 0.
Yes.
This card's crazy. As far as it goes, in the inherent combo between White Forest and Torbox, you will always be able to make this.
Yes.
And you'll make this on your 5th summon exactly. And then afterwards, you will go into your full combo where you'll be able to special summon your Cattycorn back and then get your field spell, and then you can go into your other engine after that. And then as far as Disbatter goes, it was okay this weekend. It wasn't like it had its uses against Blue Eyes, but honestly, maybe this is worth cutting at this point. I'm not really too sure. It didn't really put as much work as I like it to, just because I really didn't have too many banished targets from the get-go.
Yeah.
I always had to pair it with a bestial. And
Yeah, because it requires a dragon non-tuner, yeah.
Yeah, and in order to get your negate or your pop off of this, you need to have something banished. So, not really swell.
Okay.
But then we have my other 2 favorite cards in the deck: Chaos Archfiend.
Yes.
And then Chaos Beast.
Okay, so if these two people are not familiar with either of these cards, I would say. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what this one does?
Okay, so basically Archfiend, the reason why they don't play it, it's a crazy card, but it has to be made with a light tuner and a non-dark tuner. And the same goes for Beast as well. And that's why this is so difficult to play. But essentially, if you banish Witch off of any level 6 bestial, you'll get your 2 light tokens. And then from a bestial and your light token, you'll make this, and you can clear a whole board with this. Also, this card states that if a card is banished this turn, it gains 2,000 attack, which is always, so it'll always be 4,500 attack. Can attack every monster your opponent controls once. And then, in addition to that, anything that this destroys by battle, it can also banish on resolution of damage step. So it essentially will clear your whole opponent's board and then also leave them on no recovery because everything that they had on board will be banished. Not really optimal against Malice, I'll say. I did have an instance where I wanted to make this against Malice playing online, and I just did not want to do it because then we followed up into my turn and they would just summon everything back. But I mean, they are links, so if your opponent does, you attack, they banish him, they come back, they are considered a new card, so you can attack them again. So technically you can go for game that way, but no, it's essentially if you have this set up, you can always go for game with this on your 3rd turn, or even going 2nd if you had this. You just discard this off of any of your Alert Queen engine, banish this with a bestial, go into this, you will clear a whole opponent's board. And if they destroy this card, if this card is destroyed, you can special summon one of your 2 Chaos Synchros. So you can either go into Beast, or you can go into Angel, which will then banish a card on their board.
Okay.
Beast is really cool. You make this going first. Essentially, this card also gains 1,000 if a card was banished this turn. And then also has the effect of when it's in the graveyard. It can't be when it's sent, sadly, or otherwise it'd be too good. But while it's in the graveyard, you can banish 1 light and 1 dark to special summon itself back, and then it doesn't banish itself after it's sent to the graveyard again. So you can do that every single turn. And then it also has the effect of you can add back any banished light or dark once per turn as an ignition effect while it's on the field. Also, pairing with Bestials, super solid. And then essentially you always make this as a part of your 1st turn board. And then with Diabels, you'll go into your new Popolo Synchro Tuner.
Yeah.
And then you'll use this. You'll use your Popular to go into Chaos Angel on their turn. That's light and dark. So if they outed your first one, Diabels then puts another one on the board, banishes a card on their field, and then you'll have this set up in graveyard for the next turn.
Okay. All right.
And then, as far as the traditional package,
Yes.
1, 1, and 1.
Yes.
Cards are insane. This is the exact ratio. Everyone agrees. No need to complain. This card is...
For extra, they shuffle themselves back with the Light Force
Yep,
cards. It just makes
exactly.
sense.
It just makes sense.
Yeah, and because you're playing, I'm guessing because you're playing Darks, there's really no reason to go ahead and play the field spell for
I do not play the field spell.
Yeah.
I did consider playing the field spell specifically because the field spell states that if you add, you cannot go into Darks from the extra deck, but the effect of changing a non-tuner into a tuner does not put that lock on you.
Oh.
And so I was thinking about playing that just for that effect, go into Herald much easier, and then start my turn off with that. But I value the Allure package so much more, and so it's just a better starter overall.
Okay.
And then as far as the free agent slots, we had Diapalantis as a part of the combo. Essentially, this is how you get Diapalantis turns himself into a tuner.
Yes.
So essentially, this plus a stellar is always going to get you into this because this needs a dark tuner to be made.
Yeah, he can target any insect or plant into a tuner, and when Synchro sends a insect or plant to the graveyard.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So yes, essentially, you'll make this, send Caticorn, turn himself into a tuner, go a stellar in this, go to Gen X 0, and then you have an earth, a light, and a dark negate, which essentially will protect you from Bestials, Ghost Bell, and then Effect Veiler and Nibiru.
Yes, and for the OCG players, Max C. There you go. No.
Yep, that's right.
Like,
A little late,
I'm
little late,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, a little late into the combo, but
Who knows? Maybe they're saving it.
And then also, with Gen X, I would have played Perulia if I had Perulia, just because water's really strong right now, and then you would also had a water negate for this as well.
Yeah, especially for Perulia, and well, Perulia won't hit, but like they're your stuff, but also for Mermail,
Yes, because it has to banish the exact attribute of the monster's activation. And so I just didn't have 150 to drop on Perulia right now.
That's fair.
But if I did, I would probably be maining Perulia. And then this was my time card. I did this twice.
Scarlet, yeah.
Yeah, this used to be in the side. However, I found that there was 14 slots that were a sure thing. And then I wanted more space in my side, so I put this in the main. I won 2 time games with this card alone. And then essentially what I did against one opponent was I made Gen X first.
And then time got called, and then I went into this, and their only hand trap that they had was Nibiru. And so I went chain 1 this, they tried to nib me, and then I went chain 2 this, and then they really just didn't have any plays. So they just picked up this card, looked at it, dropped it on the table, walked away, didn't even sign the slip. It's people are real salty about this, but it's super accessible for you. And this also being a dark dragon helps out a lot with finding synergy in the extra deck with your bestial package, because then Lubellion could distribute this, or you could go into Dispatter with this and then a level 2 tuner.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Poplar.
Yeah.
I probably should have mentioned this with the White Force package, but this is new.
Yes.
I didn't really find myself using the set White Force monsters as continuous spells too much, just because I wanted them in there for my recovery plays.
Yeah.
Because like a Stellar would summon itself back, a Stellar Ezlet would summon itself back, and then also, you can't shuffle back any of your Synchro tuners after their continuous spells, so I really didn't find myself using that effect too much, except for maybe once. But as a quick effect Synchro, just it being level 4, super crazy, especially with all the Bestials. Like, you can go into this, you can have a Bestial in hand. Bestial is extra interaction, then Bestial and this, go into Light and Dark Chaos Angel. It's just as a level 4 Synchro tuner, just super solid. And then also, you can shuffle it back also via your White Force package, because it is a White Force card. And then you have Immortal Dragon, Send Plague Spreader, turn yourself into a level 4, super solid card. As a Synchro tuner, it has a bunch of different bridges into every single engine, like going level 4 and level 6 into Dispatter, going level 4 and level 4 into Diabels, this being a Synchro tuner. Just a lot of synergy in the deck. This was a free slot. I didn't really have anything else that I would really put here. I just needed a level 6 non-tuner.
Yes.
And this draws me 1 card.
Yeah.
So it just came in handy.
Yeah, nearly every time just draw 1 card. You didn't use either of the other effects.
No, I used to play the Supe package, level 5 and level 1.
Yes.
And then this had an extra effect of it's 5 and 1, you could pop a card on the field.
Yeah.
And that was good. And plus, Supe locks you into Synchro monsters, but your deck doesn't care about that. So
Yeah.
Also something I would maybe test out again in the future. I just kept drawing the brick, so I decided to cut it. And then finally, just Hero.
Okay.
A lot of the times, did not use the negate as much as I wanted to keep this card on board for its banish from deck and hand.
Yeah.
Because this card states that if any card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, it's banished instead.
Yeah.
So you just make this in defense. You have Light and Dark Chaos Angel. They can't attack over this, and then they're just stuck under their macro Cosmos.
They're stuck under a macro, and you can also plus off the stuff that you banish if that needs to be the case. Yeah.
That is the case.
Because it's
both players.
It's both players. Yeah.
Correct. That lock alone put a lot of players, like I was playing against a Mitsurugi opponent, and they would, every time they would have to tribute from deck, they would just be banished. And so they had no follow-up, and then, if they could not, if they were to tribute any of their rituals from hand for another ritual, they had no access to that card anymore. So this card's insane. Like this is the new direction that everyone should be going for. This plus your Scourge, you had so much interaction. Yeah. And that's about it for the extra.
All right, and now for the side deck. Now this is some cards that I thought were there were some things that are a little spicy that you want to go ahead and talk about, maybe towards the end, but we can share everything that you played. Yeah.
So 3 nib.
Yes.
Just really good if you're into the right opponent. I wouldn't main deck this card just because Fiendsmith really plays well under this. So it's better to always pair this with like a Bestial or something, which I mean I do have. It's going to be low impact with all the Fiendsmiths running around. I played 3 Lancia. This is just an automatic guarantee that you have to play this right now.
Yes.
It pairs well into Malice, pairs well into Crystron. And then, there are matchups. Honestly, I probably would trade this out for Chaos Hunter instead. Just Chaos Hunter being a level 7, you could go your level 3 Lure Queen and then your level 7 Chaos Hunter into another Chaos Angel. And then also, there was times where I would want to banish my own cards, but Lancia says no. But Chaos Hunter only applies to your opponent. So I would probably prefer Chaos Hunter in this situation. Okay. I just didn't really think about it. And then, of course, for you back row hate, this is just the staple package for sure. Okay. No need to explain there. We played 2 of the extra draw.
Okay. The other 2 draw.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just want to see this card if you're in the right matchup. We played 1 anti-spell fragrance. I just wanted more. I just had 1 free slot, and I wanted this high impact card. Yeah. And
just being able to see that in Demitsu was crazy.
Yeah, and even if my opponent like hand traps me to hell under draw, then I can just like set this, stop their whole turn for a moment, and then the same applies with all the Floodgate trap cards is that we will always plus off of these because it's a spell and trap on board that we can always send for cost. So we'll just send this for cost, and then we'll continue our own plays. And then that goes into my next part of my side deck, which is also
Okay.
3 Mistake.
Yes. So people know Mistake and Arrest. What's Mistake do?
Mistake is literally the same thing. It just, as soon as it's flipped up, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing it. And this being a continuous trap card will always let you be able to play through your plays live. Because the thing that I don't like about a Mistaken Arrest is that it continues on to your own turn. Well, this is just while it's face up, it is applied. So essentially what you'll do is your opponent will try to activate something to search. You'll chain this. Their effect will fizzle out. And then they'll have no more searches for the rest of their turn. You'll go back to your own turn, and then you'll be able to send this for cost. And then if your opponent is really dependent on searching in their deck, you could, at the end of your combo and at the end of your battles, you can just add this back again off of Diabel, set it again, and then your opponent's locked under Droll while you are free from Droll.
Okay.
It was crazy. I saw this 3 times this week. Twice, my opponent went discard Engraver, and then I would chain Mistake. And then their Engraver effect would fizzle out because the effect can only resolve as much as possible. And so they would essentially get no add off of that. And then afterwards, their Fiendsmith line would pretty much be cut. And then another time, there was my opponent trying to Bonfire, and then I chained after Bonfire. And then after that, they didn't have any follow-up plays either. So it's really good that you can just chain to anything to add. But it's just super solid. And plus also, you don't have to reveal it. So you'll just set it. It was really good. It was really good every time I saw it.
All right. Well, that is everything. I want to go ahead and say once again, congratulations, Alec, on your top 32. Congratulations on your invite. And hopefully we'll go ahead and see you at the WCQ.
Probably I have a lot of changes I would like to make to this deck. Playing through that, like for instance, my non-light and dark matchups were pretty tough, so maybe I didn't win 1 dice roll this weekend, by the way. Or sorry, I won 2 out of my 8 dice rolls this weekend.
Okay.
And so I still managed to do to make it, and then I probably should have placed a little higher, but there was just a judge conflict that caused me to get a draw rather than a win.
Yeah, but you still, your invite's still solid.
I still made it in, yeah. So I'm thankful for that. I was kind of worried in my last round, but yep.
Yeah,
it was good.
Congratulations.
Really happy with the deck.
Yeah, congratulations, Alec. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the profile. And go ahead and see you at the WCQ. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See you there.
See you there.
See you there.